Nigga.
You're tired, you're exhausted, you're hot.
Oh my God. It is too much. I got too much going on. It's good things. Good things. But I'm headed toward burnout again because I'm a glutton for punishment. Glutton for all of the punishments. I'm about to get this money. Shmoney.
Money.
Get this money. Hmm.
Oh shit. Like I said, he said he'd be on this maybe a little bit later. So I guess we can start talking about either one of them around 7:35 if you want to just let me know what's been on. The AI joint. I guess explain to me how you came up with the commercial and shit. Where you get that white girl from?
I could pick whatever I want. So I chose the white girl since I can't find a white girl in real life.
I really like these facts.
Like, and ironically, because I was looking for the video that you were telling me. Well, I was looking to do a commercial because I know I've been doing too much.
Mhm.
And I was in Instagram and this thing came up and it, talked about like some efficiencies that they did in the app. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna download the app and I'm gonna play in that one. I already had the app. And apparently I had already created myself as an AI character in the first place.
Chief.
I was like, there was like, yeah, your AI is ready. I was like, so I play it and she's like, hey, I'm Larice and I just did. And I was like, the fuck is this? What is this? And me and Charlene had already worked on a script because we're doing like this liquidation sale.
Mm,
And I was just like, I'm gonna plug it in here and I'm gonna just see. I said, I'm not gonna do that one yet because I want to do the commercial for the Taller Than Your Daddy because we're not putting the Taller Than Your Daddy stuff on sale on liquidation. And so I put the Taller Than Your Daddy stuff in there and there I am reading the shit. I was like, I sound like I'm a little bit from London, but for the most part,
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, and it's funny, it's like I guess when it's what you want, you kind of skip past the scary part. Like, good commercial. Like, hold on now. Like it
Right. They're like, gotcha, ho. I said, look.
is so funny because I was listening to at two different points I listened to somebody that does videography. So he likes ChatGPT.
Hmm.
And a little bit later I heard somebody that was older who can't stand ChatGPT. So
Hmm.
it's just so funny to hear the contrast when I was probably on both opposites within like a month ago.
So
You
the
know.
person that said that they didn't like it, what was their reasoning?
Um, well, he was just saying the fact that it just tells you what you wanted to say. He was like, a lot of times if I answer this question, if I'm feeling this way, it'll give you back that answer. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true, but
It's to dig. It's to get the foundations that you don't know. It is more than just asking a question. It is the examination and the analysis. Like, what are you talking about? Because
because one dude was comparing it to, he's like, yeah, AI is just doing stuff that we already have the mechanisms to do. So he was like, yo, I can just go to Google this and the third. And another dude was like, yeah, but it gives you so much more. And I thought about the way that I use it. I don't really use it for information. I still go to Google for information. I use it as an assistant, but off rip. Like I never use it. Like if I had a question, I still go to my Google. Like I'm asking the question. And it's funny because it's like,
Google has AI now. So
yeah,
Google will give you the analysis right there. So
yeah, yeah. And it's funny because it's like it does spit out what I want, so to say, but it's like, yeah, because it's clarifying what I want. Like it's making like I'm throwing a jumbo at it and it's clarified it. And it was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I want. I just didn't know how to say that. And that's what I'm really realizing. Like, and the good thing about it with me with ChatGPT is like, it seems like it improves. Like, I don't have to go to it as much anymore when I go to make a script or when I go to, I just see it different when I write captions. Like I actually talk a little bit different now. You know what I mean? I think
yeah.
kind of, that's kind of what you want out of it. You know, it's improving you, so to
But
say.
it's like so much more because it's like, I did my garden and I was just like, I don't know how close these plants are supposed to be together. I told this bitch what I wanted to grow in my garden, the square footage of my raised flower bed, and it gave me a plot of how far I'm supposed to have these motherfuckers. I made cucumber juice. Okay, because I'm producing plants now. Get some help from my homegirl came over yesterday and she had a bouquet of flowers and there was some shit underneath it. Like these little spore things, and I didn't know if it was bugs or not. So I was like, I'm gonna put my gloves on to take these motherfuckers out.
Mhm.
It told me it was spores, and it showed me how that I can grow other fern plants from them, and that they're not toxic, and they're like, thank you.
Yeah,
Like,
like
and
it just
give me a plan.
you kind of got to have some direction with what you want to do with it, and it'll help. It'll speed the journey along, I think.
But I think that's what like Jay be talking about on these podcasts is like I'm going to help you go through Chat GPT because a lot of people, the people who are not interested or don't like it, either don't know how to use it or are going to fall drastically behind because there's going to be inefficiencies. Because like I'm smart enough to write an email, my goddamn self. I've been doing that shit for 18 years. But do I want to? I want to talk freehand off my mind. I need to write an email to this person about their position in the company, what they need to do, the next turnaround thing that I want to ask them about a meeting for next week. And I also want to give them the draft components for X, Y, and Z. Please put that in the email to this person and sign my signature block. My title is Vice President and Chief Operating Officer.
That's like an
No
hour.
problem.
That's like an hour process you just made less than a minute.
In 1 minute. And then I be feeling so stupid because I get paralyzed by shit to do. And then I throw the shit in there because it's all in here. I throw that shit in there and it gets produced in five
It's
minutes.
right
And
back
I'm like,
out.
well, I was fucking stupid because like I just did that in 2 minutes and I was thinking about it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Like we are doing so much with AI now. And like we're even like open-end AI. We're going to start doing our own so that it's acquisition based. So people can plug their information in there and then they're going to pull out based on their subscription, whatever subscription they get access to the AI that we create and that whatever they post and prompt, it'll pull out the information that they need to either find resources to review their statement of works or PWSs to get like sound advice and they don't even need us. They can go in there whenever they want to. So it is definitely going to change the world. I like it.
Don't get left by the wayside, as they say.
Feel like I'm doing more. I feel like I'm doing more right now. I'm tired.
It is funny because I don't know which one you want to talk about first, but I know in the second one, him talking about focus and ADHD, and that's how my brain works.
Mhm.
Like you're in a conversation now, you have a whole nother business you want to do, and you had no thoughts on that 2 minutes ago. You know what I mean? It's a gift and a curse, more of a curse. And I think it goes more with the focus and the clarity. And
It's a catch 22 because it's like even today, me and Shar were talking, and she was just like, with all the things changing and they want more things made in America, we were talking about like, yo, and she had brought this up before. She was like, I want to do a manufacturing facility. I was like, yo, let's fucking do a manufacturing facility. Because we can have our business in the front end, manufacturing in the back of the factory, and then we can manufacturing all the tall girl shit that's been and do limited MOQs. So there's not, they save in shipping, they save in, they can come to the factory, they can see where their productions are going. I'm not making this shit. I'm gonna hire people to make this shit. But there are so many grants and money and capital out there that will with the move to being made in America, manufacturing, bring jobs to America. Like, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now I'm doing this and contracting intelligence group and I'm a glutton for punishment. But it's like I got my fingers in everything because I think that they're all amazing ideas. And he says that, you need to refine and some things need to die down, whatever. Well, I don't want these things to die down. I want to hire people to do
but
it.
yeah,
But
but I think it's a situation where the whole multitasking myth he talked about.
yeah.
Like is more of a not necessarily not wanting to multitask, it's more of an order operation. Like this needs to get taken place so you can do this.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to do both of them at the same time and either one of them gets done.
And hold yourself accountable to executing because, yeah.
I guess I want to do more damage on the multiple business joint. I mean, the pivot joint. So I
Okay.
guess we could start with the Juneteenth joint, and hopefully he gets on doing that.
Okay.
He'll definitely be here for the pivot joint. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, I wrote down a couple notes. I definitely once he started getting more in, I guess, into statistics and history lesson, I definitely kind of I heard this before. I'm 40 some years old, I know this. So I definitely kind of chimed out. But I guess I'll start off with the whole what does Juneteenth mean to you?
For me, it's synonymous for how Black people are treated today. I feel like we are the only group of people that don't nobody fuck with, but little pieces are always pulled from kind of what we do. Like we are the creators. We are the, you know, we are the people want to talk like us, people want to walk like us, people want to have the style like us and dance like us and do all those things, except they don't like us. And it's so odd. So it's like to recognize the freedoms that, we did finally get, but it's sad in itself that we're still today fighting the fact that they don't want us to have it. They don't mention reparations. We are still systemically oppressed, but yet we are race baiting or pulling a race card whenever we're talking about, but we are the most frowned upon ever, no matter where we go. It's completely insane to me.
The more and more I listen to people, I start to be quiet more because I don't want to sound like that person. I tend to blame us. The reason because when I the whole Juneteenth situation, and it happens every single year when people be like, "You going to work? You going to work for the white man?" And it's like, first of all, I'm just going to work. I'm not even gonna pull a card up. I work for myself because there's still a white dude at my job. So so I mean, it was more about the fact that I'm not just gonna take off to sit at home. And we have a day and it's kind of young, so we don't know what to do with it, but we don't do shit with it. And within 2 weeks, we do exactly what we should do on our day
Yeah,
for their independence. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't, as simple as a cookout or a get together, we don't do that. But we guarantee to get up for 4th of July. And it's like something as simple. I feel like that should be the first step. So don't get on me for going to work if y'all niggas ain't gonna invite me to a cookout. Like
right.
I won't go to work if you got a cookout. You know what I mean? But if not, just hit me up 2 weeks. I know you gonna cook out then. You know what I mean? So it goes back to us. Like I hate to be the person that blame or look at us. I'm not the bootstrap dude because I understand the constraints and what's held us down, but it's like I feel like a lot of stuff starts with self-love, so to say. Because Love Mama was talking about the fact that I don't want to put it out there, but she was talking about the fact that she went somewhere and somebody couldn't. The conversation was very difficult because of the language, and everybody in there was like that. I was like, oh, look at you sound like your grandma talking about my mama because she can't stand that. You know, I mean, she can't stand
Yeah,
it. But I'm
yeah,
like, yo, it's more like it's our fault because they don't need to speak the language there. Like it's like I have 3 coworkers at my job that don't speak any English. They don't need to. They can get their job done.
yeah,
Where I live right now, there's a Chinatown. Everybody knows that. There's a Korean town. Like I said, the Spanish folks, they're there. They don't need to speak. We're the only people that don't have our own place to go to. So we complain about the fact that other people have places to go to. And it sounds like that's the stance you're going to take? Yeah, because it's like, what else you going to do? Just complain about them and not do anything about yourself? Like, nothing's going to change that until you create your own. And then I know the whole, well, then there comes Tulsa and they're going to burn your stuff down. It's like, that's the reason to not try again. Like, it's been 100 years. And it's like, also, we don't shine enough light on the movements that we do have. I think
that
that's a problem.
I think that's the key. I think that some of these initiatives are happening, but don't like nobody knows about it. It's a lot of people who are pushing black and buying black and doing what they're supposed to do, but it's not being either represented or no one is talking about it. And I was just watching this thing this morning. It was like 34 black girls are missing in DC. Nobody gives a fuck. There's nothing out there. Nobody cares about us. But there are people who are protesting and there are people who are getting together and still work in their community, but we will not know because we all work in our silos. So,
And because we don't we don't get that information from their outlets, and then we're like, oh, so it's not there, even though we have a phone and we scroll through a bunch of bullshit. Like all the news is on our phone. Like it's so much, like you said, so much black stuff you can find from your phone. Like I know people complain about the phone and social media, but it's like, what are you using it for? If you're going to use it just for fun, I have no problem with that. Just
mhm,
don't complain to me about nothing. Like nothing. Don't complain to me about your business. Don't complain to me about life. Like I don't want to hear it. If you're going to just use it, because it's information age. You
yeah.
have everything right there. And it's funny because like we talk about information age, and then we can break it down to just we can break it down to just social media.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy enough because it's still enough good info you can get if you use your social media the correct way. You know.
Right. Right. Yeah.
What else I had on here? Oh yeah. What freedom looked like, and I think I said that because of what he said of us not really. I don't know if it was that this one or another convo I heard, where it's like we really don't know what freedom looks like, especially in this country because we were locked up, and then we were shown what we couldn't have, and then we didn't know what to want, and then again they told us what we couldn't have again, and now we just out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
There's, I think it's so dynamic, if that is, I don't know if that is the appropriate word, but just how that little bit of, not little bit, but just that horrific piece of, um,
time,
they're not going to let you get up. It's like I was frustrated because it was just like, oh, well, you can only have these kinds of jobs. You get a job. Oh, you don't have that job, well, you're going to have to work your debt off. So it's a backdoor way of getting them back into to slavery. It was, you can't own this amount of land. You can't work here or there. You have to work this off, and now you can't quit this job or break your contract or you give your wages. If you don't have enough money, you have to work it off in labor. And it's just like, what the entire fuck? Like, what is happening? And then like for to nowadays when he was talking about how money burns holes in our pockets, like, and then we're spending it on the wrong things. And it's like, it drives me crazy to see people who actually come up and then they dump it into Louis Vuitton or Gucci or Fendi or all this other shit. And it's just like, they don't give a fuck about you. Matter of fact, some of them said that they don't care for us it's not built for us. It's not made for us. But since y'all have so much buying power now, because we do now, we don't pour it into us. We pour it into them. And it's sad
yeah.
because like we have a very hard time even just building up our business without needing to pull on, like I need to find so that it doesn't seem like it's just a black brand. Like they see a black girl, they see a black boss, they see a black CEO or a BP or whatever, and it's now a black business. And so sometimes black people don't feel uncomfortable with that.
Are you a black business owner? Are you a black business supporter? Or maybe you're a black business owner supporting other black businesses. Are you supporting a black business owner whose business is supporting the business of being black? Whether you own it, support it, or live it, rock the shirt that says it all. Available now. Because we just don't do business. We are the business. And it's funny because that's a conversation in itself. I heard the fact that they was like, yo, we need to stop labeling ourselves as black owned businesses and just as businesses. And
I heard people say that too,
I guess
though.
I could see both ends because you do want to be recognized as just a business, but it's like the black owned kind of caught your eye. So that's kind of why you're here. Because if not,
Yeah.
I just get lost in the sauce because it's not about the product. It's about the eyes. And sometimes the word black owned is what got your eyes here because you didn't see the product.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a catch 22 in and of itself because it's like there was a dude I went to high school with and he was just like, you shouldn't be putting black owned on your stuff. Don't put black owned on your stuff. It's just, just but I'm like, there are before now, still now a little bit, but it's like there are grant money that's grant money that it was built for diversity programs so that if you are a black owned business, you can go get these particular opportunities. Um, And then if black people wanted to find you to support, you want to make sure that they know it's black. And that's why they got like the different kind of websites you can go to find comparable black products. But then it hurts you because it's like you can see a business like my business, like my clothing line that started at the same time that a white clothing line started. And we are light years apart from each other because I don't know if it's their support or it's a critical eye because they can y'all be quiet? Oh, my children are.
Sometimes I shy away from those conversations as far as because of sheer numbers,
Yeah,
because of just sheer numbers. I think a lot of times we don't take that into contact that I only had 100 people that I could reach to compared to them having 1,000. Like it's simple as that sometimes.
yeah.
I mean, the fact that our 100, I think that's the problem. Our 100 don't go so hard for us, while they're 500 to go for their mediocre shit. While
But
our
like,
100,
but why aren't they coming over to get some of our stuff too, though?
you
Like,
said, why aren't they?
why aren't they?
Why
Like,
aren't they 1,000 coming to get some ours? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah. Like, why aren't
I think,
there multitudes like shopping at a black owned store? Like, my stuff is not. It's not like don't say black people shit on it. Like,
but and like I said, I guess this should be called catch 22. But I
yeah,
think it is the catch 22 of it because it's like that shit that we spending all our money on don't say black on either. It says something in French. You know what I mean? And that's why we want it. And a lot of times they want our shit because it said nigga in so many words. You know what I mean? Like it says like that culture is so many words, so that's what they want.
yeah,
And it's like, so we shy away from what actually is our power. Like our black magic, we've been saying it for years. And now it's like, nah, just take black all that, just put magic. Like, nah, bitch, this ain't just magic. It's black magic. That's why you fuck with it. Like, why? And it's like we listen to them because we want their customers, but like, no, get your customers. Focus on you. They gonna come because the country keep telling us they like your shit. They don't like you.
yeah,
Cool. I don't. What other culture needs you to like them? I think that's the other problem too. Koreans don't give a fuck that y'all like them. It just came around that y'all like them. They didn't
yeah,
give a fuck. They just did their shit. It's funny they kept their head low and did their shit, but it's like they did their shit and they supported their own. I think that's what they got so much of a voice because they supported their own and it was on one accord. We
yeah,
don't support our own and we don't give a fuck what the man next to us want. We just don't. If it ain't helping me out, I don't care. That's how we act, and that's why we can never get nowhere. And we
yeah.
don't realize this till we in our 40s.
Yep.
Like I mean, like oh yeah, this something I did right now. How we created labor, but kind of allowed ourselves to be outsourced, not only because of the contracts, but in the powers that be, but because we kind of shun hard work. So I say all that to say like all the men on my dad's side of the family own lawn businesses. Like my grandpa had a lawn care business, my uncle had a tree service business, my dad had a lawn care business, me and Chauncey and them before. But I do remember being embarrassed going out to cut grass with my dad.
Okay.
I mean, it's like, so we kind of shun, like he could have gave me that business if I wasn't embarrassed about it. Speaking of devil, he could have gave me that business when at an age when I was young, if I wasn't embarrassed about it, and that could have been a boost to where I'm
Yeah.
at now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So you don't really, what up, cuz?
What's up? When I was I knew you were the one for me. Come through, take the sign. I swear the whole world could do you empty. Right around.
And
What's up?
I think that's what happens a lot with white business, like plumbers. Like a plumber's going to hand his business down to his son.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But we're like, I ain't being no plumber. And then you like 43-year-old working as an assistant plumber. You see what I'm saying? It's like because and it's like, but it all started because we kind of created labor in this country. Like we know how to do everything in this country. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like we started everything. Like I said, I understand that the constraints or how they don't give us contracts is that and the third, but it's like, but do you make sure your plumber's black? Like, do we do our part ourselves? Do I make sure anytime something breaks in my house, I go get a black person? It ain't 1 in 50 miles. I don't care. Like that starts that type of practice either in your house or in your community or anything.
You
But
know what I hate though? This will be real ignorant.
I'm here for it.
You'll search, actively search, and they'll come around to your house and fuck around and do some dumb shit. And you be like, God damn, I gave you motherfuckers a chance.
What I wrote down, I wrote down here a couple lines later, unfair black bids, accountability, and criticism. I agree. I agree. But it's like, nah, you just called a plumber and he came and fucked up your shit. You feel me? You know what I mean? It could have been any whatever fourth plumber was on your list would have did the same shit. He just happened to be black, and now we're going ham. You know what I mean? So,
Like,
but
we
in
were
the moment,
rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
like, yeah, and it's funny. It's like, so am I gonna try another black dude, or am I gonna go with this white dude? They got these 6 stars up here. But yeah, Sean, we was talking about the whole Juneteenth conversation. It was about to
Yeah,
pivot to the pivot conversation. But anything you wanted to talk about as far as what you gathered from that?
man, that's a wealth of information. I mean, some of the stuff I knew, but like this, I gotta go get my notes. Let's see. But I mean, just the fact that how he was just talking about, one of the things he was just saying, like, we need to vote. That really strikes me as a sense like because they got this code, you know what I'm saying? But you don't
No,
think we
well,
need to vote?
see, all right, yes, I go ahead and put that part out there and just say
I mean,
yes. But this podcast I listen to, this dude always gets flat because he does not vote, and they're like, "Yo, you need to vote. You need to vote," and it's like, but y'all just told me that Elon Musk helped them steal the election. So it's like, but one my vote wouldn't have counted. And I'm coming from a state that actually the person that you want me to vote for actually won. So why are you still getting on people about needing to vote? I don't know if any of that
Because
made
from
sense.
your local perspective,
That's the
fuck the
convo.
president. I'm about to say, fuck the president.
Okay, that's the convo.
It is the Senate and the House. These motherfuckers. The lady was in a dementia care facility. They found out that she was in the inside. That she was gone for several, like a leave of absence. Didn't know where the fuck she was. They didn't know where she was, but she's still a sitting. What was it, senator or congresswoman or whatever? But I'm sitting here like these people. They count on us not to vote to get these
yeah.
local representatives. And that's why this dumbass has these more dumbasses in both spaces where we can't even impeach his dumbass because they
That's the whole point though. Like, so we can't. So y'all tell me that if a person does wrong, he gets impeached. You impeach the motherfucker twice, and he comes back. What game are we
See,
playing? And
because
you
he
want me to
got
vote? Like I don't.
because
he has
he
the
got
House
the
and the
he got the
Senate.
government sold up, man. He got all the judges, man.
He had
The
all the Supreme Court.
reality is that they set it up as a system that they don't want us to vote. So it's like they didn't want us to read.
Right.
They didn't want Frederick Douglass to read, right? Right? His wife was the Frederick Douglass wife. I mean the slave owner Frederick Douglass. The wife was teaching them how to read. The guy came back and said, "No, you can't teach these Negroes how to read." So he was exchanging his bread, you know what I'm saying, to poor white folks so he could learn how to read. So he at 6 years old, he already knew, hey, look, man, or whatever how old he was, he knew the importance. If he don't want me to know how to do this, then that's definitely the most thing I need to know how to do. And what white folks was doing back in the day, they was trying to, stop us from voting. So that means that must be just as important as us doing slavery time, not
Yeah,
learning.
yeah. I don't want to be on this platform looking like I'm not telling people to vote. I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier a lot when it comes to like sheer numbers. Like I feel like there's a sheer amount of those dummies out there that even with us voting because it's not a popular vote. It's not a numbers game. They made it. They like I said, they rigged it again. It's an electoral situation. So if all of us do our part and their sheer numbers outweigh us in those areas, then we still lose. Correct?
I
When it's
don't
like we
know,
can
man.
do.
I think
In the House.
collectively, that's what they're fearing right now. It's not just the black vote. And then most of us, a lot of us don't vote. We got to find out how much of us really vote.
But that's my whole point.
Why
Like if
are they getting rid of Mexicans and stuff like that? Because if those people become citizens, collectively, all the minorities probably outweigh the white folks.
it's definitely, yeah.
So if we get rid of the Mexicans, why is he pushing to get rid of Mexicans and Latinos?
But my whole point is
Because
like they're complaining about the Latinos and the people that didn't vote in Virginia or whatever, but it's like, but Virginia's red. Like I don't understand that argument. Like I don't understand that. So I guess you're saying, well, because we're still losing the local elections.
That's what matters because the president doesn't have the power that he has now if we had the House and the Senate. He couldn't do any of this shit because it would
So,
get
but
overturned.
local elections are they sheer numbers? Are they electoral colleges
It's not
also? Or
electoral
what?
college, it's sheer numbers.
Okay,
And
okay.
we don't go out enough. But they also, like we were reading about, they also rig the game where they try to redraw lines and try to redraw counties and stuff, but we still don't go out there to vote, so it don't even fucking matter. And we
yeah,
don't even know when these elections are, so it doesn't fucking matter. But what matters is we got these old motherfuckers sitting in these seats because nobody's going out to vote and they're not losing their positions because nobody's fucking voting. If the same people's going out and voting, they remain there, they keep their seats, and then there's unyielded or unrelented power that this guy has because he has the House and he has the Senate. And that now the Democrats are just sitting there looking stupid in the face, asking for money so they can do, I'm not sure
It's
what.
like, but and y'all won't be
even
voting
to the
though.
fact
Cause
that
y'all ain't got y'all ain't
for
got
the
them
longest
plans.
time, I didn't even know that. I always wanted to be in business, but never really I shied there was like, man, I ain't really worrying about politics, right? But as of like maybe the last 10 years, I found out that businesses pour so much money into these candidates, thousands of dollars going into these candidates'
Billions of
pockets. So why
dollars.
are they doing it? You know what I'm saying? Even as an entrepreneur, we all of us are entrepreneurs. So why are they doing it? So it seems like it infringes on every fabric of our society, just that vote, because they make policies that even um can make or break even a business, the top businesses.
But yeah, I think that
You
goes back
know?
to what we was talking about earlier, as far as the fact that yeah, but all of us ain't on the same page. So even if all of us go out and vote, we ain't all gonna vote for the same thing because like other factions will sacrifice what they want for the need of their community,
Yeah,
where they put in so much work to make sure we don't do that. You feel me?
yeah.
Like so,
I get that point.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
what's
I agree with
important
that.
now is to be listening to how these representatives are voting. Like the ones that are in there right now that are voting for billionaires to get tax breaks. Like literally it says that the top 1% gets these tax breaks and we're going to tax the shit out of the middle class and the lower class.
But is that
Mm.
new? Like that person
The new
that
bill is higher for
no no
billionaires.
no. No, I'm saying the person that we see now vote for that. I mean, the person that the representative that's talking about that, is that something that we're just found out about that person? That's something we already knew about, right? That's nothing.
I think that it's that these people in these states that are now getting shit ripped from them, like Medicaid
Okay.
and the what this dumbass do? He put an executive order in. I guess for deporting people, and then the farmers started feeling the effect, and then he wanted to put something in place so that we're not going to go after the farmers people no more because these people started to raise their hand and say, hey, we're being affected by it. But it's like they care more about some people who are affected by things and don't give a fuck that kids who have their only like first first start, head start and like school lunches and things. They ain't taking that shit away. So it's kids that are in underprivileged areas that only get one meal a day at
Yo,
school.
yo, kids
That
gotta
shit's
pay
getting
for
taken
lunch.
away.
That's crazy. In this rich ass country, kids gotta pay for lunch. Like
Right. Are
that's
we giving billionaires tax breaks? But I want to see everybody's fucking name so that we can at least start pushing. I mean, and that's what I think that's what's starting to happen now that people are starting to use the platforms to say this is open. They're having open votes so that you can see exactly what their stance is. We can get them the fuck out of there and get this country back to some semblance of fucking reasonableness. Because this shit's a fucking clown show. This shit's ridiculous. They don't care about nothing, and to claim it to be on the back of Christianity, Antichrist. Get the fuck out of here. Not my Jesus. Sorry. That's nothing that he stood for because it is the foreigners, the poor, the helpless, the main. Like you, these are the people we're supposed to be helping, and y'all are trying to kill them all. Fuck them kids. Is essentially what they're saying. Like, get out of here. It's just an embarrassment. It's an
Um,
embarrassment.
but yeah, I guess the pivot to the pivot conversation. Anything jumped off from the beginning of that, Sean? How that was you able to get to that convo?
Which one?
The
The
second one, the pivot.
No, I didn't get a chance to do today
Okay.
because I thought we were just gonna do this one, the BBE, yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What yeah, I mean we can focus on that then. What that come for the white people though, that whole law that he talked about though, how the shit was written into schools and all that, and the churches and stuff to like teach us as,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like we don't understand that, and we still want to be, we just want a piece of this American pie so bad, instead of creating our own pie, so to say. Because like every other ethnic group has in this country, bro. Like every other ethnic group has their own pie. Like simple as that. And I understand the whole, well, you know, they didn't have the start that we had, this, then the third. And like I said, that's when I hate to sound like a whole pull your by your bootstrap type person, but it's like it's better than just complaining about the fact that shit ain't and shit was. It's like, this shit tiresome. Because then life goes on also.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, what y'all think the solution to that? Do we just need more education? Like, is it that we just don't
Minimize that.
know our history? Like a lot of us, I think a lot of times I think is if we actually knew what our ancestors went through, I mean collectively, you know what I'm saying? If we actually knew all the things that's being placed upon us, you know what I'm saying? Will we rally together? Or is it just because we're like a majority of us are just trying to survive? You know what I mean? I don't know. I
At
don't know
this
if,
time.
I don't know if it's the front or the latter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it would take for us to unify. Because I mean, yes, we can vote, but at the same time, we still got to unify. We have to have a community. We have to
I
have
think that's the
we have to have that mindset that we're going to look out for each other. Like y'all were talking about when I got on here, like we got to have the mindset that we're going to look out for each other before we even look out for anybody else. Not saying we can't look out for other people, but our first goal got to be our household. You know what I'm saying? And which is extension of our
Let's get
community.
one thing straight. Taller than your daddy isn't just about height. It is the clapback of all clapbacks for the vertically blessed. It's about presence. It's about commanding respect without saying a word. You walk in and the energy shifts because you know you stand above the crowd. This line is for men and women who move like leaders, who carry the kind of confidence that makes people take notice. Taller than your daddy by above the crowd, it's not just fashion, it's a statement. Shop the collection now at abovethecrowdclothing.com because being tall ain't just about inches, it's about impact.
I don't know. I just think the message has to go out more and more frequently for more people to understand because I feel like we perishing because of lack of knowledge. But like that's what it is most of the time. If people really knew more, probably would do more. And most of the time, I think it's people don't do more because they don't think they can or they don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
It's
that's
hard. Like it's hard because it's like how many people have been in families where they couldn't go to college?
Mhm.
They can afford to go to college. They don't have that generational wealth to send them to college. And if you don't have the college, that piece of paper that means fucking nothing, it just shows that you can learn.
that's a I'm sounding real ignorant here lately. That's another thing that I think all that's just by design. Like for one, everybody ain't made for college,
Right,
You
right.
but
said you
everybody
said
is
everybody
told
what?
Not made.
everybody ain't made for college.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
ain't built for college, but everybody is told that you have to go to
yeah,
college to get this, that, and the third. When actually you don't. Because like I
yeah.
said, if we took care of our own, That's most of it. Because it's like, okay, if you know once you get out of school, if you don't know what you can do yet, you can still go work for him. You can still go work for him. Like, you know, you can go work for, even if it ain't your family, like if your uncle doesn't own a business or your father isn't passing down your business, the man that own that factory right there, you can go work there because you're not chasing millionaire status out the gate because you don't worry about you're not worrying about the wrong things. It's like so much more we need to get done. That's why when it comes about voting and you say unify, I'll be like, unify us first. We need to unify. We need to understand what we need as a community. When it comes to, like, you should be wearing your homeboy shirts more than you should be wearing Louis Vuitton. Why?
Yeah.
Because it tells your community, it tells your community what you believe in. It tells your community that you support your own. It tells your community that, oh, I can do that. Something as small as that. Like when the plumber comes to your house and he looks like you and you're not frowning at him, you're not it's like he's and everything. It just we have so much work to do.
We
That's
do have so
it
much work,
starts
but it's
with it
like,
starts with me.
but it's wealth management as well. If you ain't grow up learning it, and your daddy ain't grow up learning it, and they're not passing it on to you, like I think about like some of the kids that are on the basketball team, they don't have anything.
Yeah.
And it's like we have to help them, or like I have to be the one to kind of like explain to them, like, okay, well, you can do these things. And you can't like you it's like so it's like this education piece. We don't keep our kids in the house long enough. Some people keep their kids in the house,
Yeah.
in
Move
their houses, they families. I got a family across the street that is about 20 of them motherfuckers. And
yeah.
this and it's the same house as mine. I'm like, house, wait.
Moving
But
up
that
here,
shit's smart.
That point
moving up
right
here
there,
in Northern
Lorenzo.
Virginia, yo, I got so
Huh?
many 30-year-old friends who still live at home. And it's like
But
I
look,
frowned on it at first, but it's like I understand why throw a kid out to the
Because
wilderness,
I'm
bro.
poor now, because I still pay for the furniture. I furnished my first
man,
apartment. Look.
yo, when I was at college, I was like, I knew this couple, right? They went to school, right? The man was going to school, he had a whole family for law school, right? So I was like, what you gonna do? So I'm going back home. I was like, what? You mean you
Not
going
going
back
to med
home? You
school.
just graduate with a law degree. But the whole process that community of like once you come out of school, what you got debt. Most likely he probably didn't have debt, but he going back home, he get to save most of that money. And then when he can step back out, now I can be like, all right, I can go buy a house. You know what I'm saying? Like I got capital, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I
But
Like,
say
the
go back to
mentality
us
that you
though. It
get
go back
now,
to us. It go back
yeah,
to us shunning. Like if your man told you got to go back home, you laugh. Until you
yeah,
get to a certain age, you be like, yo, that was a smart ass decision you made.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like I wish I
yeah.
went back home, nigga.
So that means that we go
Last year, nigga.
beyond just education. We got to change the like our culture. We
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
to change how we treat our kids. We got to change the way that
Each other.
business other. We got to start forming trusts and LLCs so that we can have generational wealth.
We gotta
And
stop
in
depending
our
on them
peers,
to teach us.
yep.
Like we
Yeah.
get so mad, like, yeah, they only teach finance in school. The fuck? Like, and I think it's because like, bitch, I don't know how to teach it myself, so they need to teach it theirs. But yeah, but it's like because we're focused on unimportant stuff, and it's like it's their job to keep us focused on it. So don't complain about the fact that they're doing it. They're doing it. Their job is to keep you dumb. You're gonna keep
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, they're doing their job," or you gonna do your job. Like,
But they
Mhm.
said that their job is to keep us as workers and not leaders. They're
Yeah.
learning how to lead, and we're learning how to work for them. And then you
Yeah.
think about little black kid's goal, including my little black kid. He wants to go to the NBA. He wants to go to the NFL. They are training him to go into college, go into school, work these contracts. Yeah, you're going to make money, but you're still working. Like if we, as black people, said, "Yeah, I'm done with this," all the owners of the NBA and MLB and whatever, and we said we're going to form our own over here because y'all don't respect us, and right now we are the majority here, and y'all,
Yeah.
no matter how bad you hate black people, you gonna watch us here. You rooting for us here. You rooting for your teams. You don't fuck with black people, but you fuck with this team. If we use that power in and of itself, we could change some shit. But we got Saquon Barkley and his nigga calling wife and him going
I
playing golf with the president. You look like an idiot. You look like an idiot.
hate
We
niggas. Man.
don't fuck with you
Oh
or
man,
us for another. I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? We have in that people who have climbed out of the gutter and found a way. They think about they think about themselves and they don't think
I
about
mean, but that's because that's half of the reason why they were allowed to make it that far. Like
yeah,
I'm not taking anything away from their skill, but a person that's not going to allow you to do that compared to a person that's going to allow you to do that, it's going to make it further. Like it's just
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the way this country is set up, and it goes back to the fact that yeah, because we kind of allow it. You know, the argument's always been like if we took all us, if we took the talent and set up our own league where they got all the channels and shit, we wouldn't be able to watch it. What? Like, first of all, you're taking credit away from the fact that we create shit. Like we create a
right.
channel, and you're taking away the fact that
And broadcast it.
above all, they want money. Like the powers that be is going to want money. So either you're going to figure out a way to do it yourself because, like Sean said, the minority is going to be the major anyway in this country. So it's just like it's a numbers game, but it's an influence game. Like we have I don't know, we got problems and we need unity, and this shit get frustrating.
Very
It's
frustrating.
like it's like you feel like you got an answer. You're like, oh, I ain't got no answer. That ain't. You about to say something like, no, that ain't true. Because we don't have the numbers. Like I understand the whole we have the numbers as far as we kind of do got the numbers because a lot of them fuck with us. Like it's just I don't know, but it's like the goal ain't for them to fuck with us. The goal is for us to fuck with us. Because when we fuck with us, everybody fucks with us. Because we the shit. Like I don't know. We should get frustrated.
Very.
Yeah.
Nigga say.
Huh?
It's
Nigga
sad.
be saying. Because I mean, it's a daunting task. It's a daunting task because, like I said, we're at the age where we know what it takes, but we understand it's like it takes too much. It takes too many minds being on the same page.
Mhm.
And we live in a house and we can't. I only got 3 people. We can't get on the same page, and we care about each other. So how the fuck I expect just because a bunch of motherfuckers look alike to care about each other? Oh, because everybody else in the country does that? Mm-hmm.
I broke down and was changing my tire, and nobody gave a fuck. I was in the hood of Richmond, and nobody gave a shit. Now, mind you, like my kid's shitting bricks because he never been in the hood before. But I'm sitting here like, dude, I'm not scared. First and foremost, if they gonna get me, they gonna work for it because I'm a fighter, and I got a tire iron in my hand. Fuck with me if you want to.
That's why they rode by you, nigga.
And so I'm sitting here like.
But it's fucked up though.
It is fucked up. And it was just like I was asking people, like, do you have a four-way, the little, I forget what it's called, but sounded like a
What, a
woman.
market rate or
But
something?
the what?
What's the 4-way called?
It's a four-way
Tire joint?
Time.
tire iron.
Tire?
Yeah, four-way
Time.
tire iron. I was trying to find out that way. I even asked this black security guard that had her
Where were
car.
you at? You were on the side of the road, bro?
Oh no, I saw there was something in the road.
North side, south side.
I was, I don't know, but it was bad because where I pulled in was a abandoned parking lot. And but mind you, I'm still not my faith is strong enough that I knew that God wasn't gonna let nothing happen to me. My kid didn't. His faith, I said, babe, it's hard it's easy to have faith when shit is nice and bubbly and fun. You can have all the faith in the world. You gotta have faith when you are in the heart of the hood. And you gotta have faith that, like I said, I don't feel like I'm not if I was white, maybe I have a problem. They'd be like, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
I was like, but I don't I'm not perpetuating that this something's going to happen to me. I don't feel like something's going to happen to me. I don't believe that God will let anything happen to me. I want to get this fucking tire fixed and get on the fucking road. But it was just
That's
like
a,
trying to get people to help me with the tire iron piece because I got those custom rims on my car.
mm,
The one in my car didn't fit. That nigga didn't put it in my car, so I couldn't change the fucking tire. That's another story for another time. But it was just like nobody, like they were like, oh no, I couldn't find it. No, I don't have one. No, I don't have one. But it's just like generally people will be like, I don't have one, but let me help you figure out something because you are a woman with a child
just off the strength of
with
that,
a
just one.
flat tire. This one dude literally pulled in there. He was getting ready to move into some of the apartments over there. Literally saw me on the ground, like drawing the tire down from underneath my car. They ain't say shit. I'm sitting here like,
He didn't even greet you.
he ain't say mother, like, not my problem. Not my problem. I was like, well, but like
Ooh,
those
that's a ooh, I'm
occurrences.
about to say that's a convo we can have, but it's not a podcast. This is a business conversation. But the whole just the gender wars that we have and how everything's they playing in our face and we just go along with it. It's like everything is fabricated by them, and you have people saying like, "Yo, y'all see them making us do this, right?" And like, yeah, whatever, and we just keep doing it. I just don't. Hmm,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah,
She a big girl. She got it.
that's crazy. Yeah, yeah, niggas don't. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, like,
Niggas
what
don't want to get out there and can't
is
get it done. It's just the whole fact that that's a woman be there to protect a woman. That was even if I can't do it, I still would want to be able to be there to not even saying I'm just there to yes, I'm there to protect until somebody can come help. Just simply, I don't see what's wrong with that.
Yeah, he said,
Even if I do believe that the woman can take care of herself, it's like
get
so I
this
feel like I
dog
am a
and
man.
I'm
So
gonna go about my business. We got there's a security guard drove by and I asked her for, she checked her trunk for it. She's like, no, I don't got one. Okay, bye.
And she's a security guard.
Fuck, like,
oh
oh
yeah,
my God.
I'm off.
I had to
Hey,
take a break and be like, God, what are you
I'm not security. I to my ship.
But yeah, that was another combo too, though. The whole how we're thought to not be safe in our own neighborhoods.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
whole perception of black on black crime. When to me, it's more about
proximity.
proximity.
Yep.
Proximity. Like motherfucker, I'm broke and you're here. What are we talking about? But yeah, but the fact that you don't feel safe in your own neighborhoods around people that look like you. And it's like, yeah, because it goes back to programming. Like, and it's so sad. To me, what's so sad is like when I got to the age where it's like people are like, "Yo, you really think that the whole country is out to get you?" And I'm like, "You ain't watching the same shit I'm watching." Like, you sound crazy. I'm like this is the show. Nigga, like this is really what it is. And until enough of us get on that page to understand that's what it is, the
Yeah,
show's just gonna go on.
yeah.
I like this. I mean, I like it's
Yeah.
funny because this is more like the
I
podcast.
think to me is just frustrating to see like all of us are getting attacked. Like really, like right now the focus is on Latinos, right? But then you got Latinos that's like out here, they racist against us. And I'm like,
Like, how I
but,
catch you
but
straight?
why
Nobody has any
won't we
kind of
just
support. Like,
all join together? And you know what I'm saying? That's what they fearing. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to keep us separate. You know what I'm
Because the
saying?
whole country is
Like
like, yo,
no one is using their common sense to
yeah,
really see the big picture. You know what I mean? Like,
because the whole "at least you ain't a nigga" is the whole mantra of this country.
right.
yeah,
At least you ain't a,
yeah,
you come here and at least you ain't a nigga. Like
exactly,
you ain't white, but at least you ain't a nigga. Like that's the whole
exactly.
MO of this country, and niggas don't understand it themselves because they
Yeah.
try so hard to not be niggas themselves. Like they try so hard, yo. Like I can't stand Jim Jones. Like their whole goal is just to be accepted. Yeah, my dog. I'm gonna check out on y'all niggas. um, definitely want to talk about that pivot joint next week, Sean.
Mhm.
I do like if we can get two convos going in because, like I said, it's two 30-minute blocks. We can knock some good shit out. And if we don't get to the second conversation, it really doesn't matter because it's just
Mhm.
once we getting something out of it. La, you gonna be able to send me a 16:9 commercial?
I tried to do it,
Okay. I mean, the only consequence is when I post it, it'll be slim like this inside a big box.
Yeah.
but the big box looks stupid as hell. So I was trying to figure out
I've
how to
been owe you one, man.
do it. But did you see that, Chelsea? Though, did you see like this little AI commercial? Did you look in the chat?
You saw the commercial?
No.
Like,
No, this nigga.
The commercial from
This
what?
nigga blew everybody high.
Huh?
go into our chat.
You see the two commercials in there? She found a white
And
girl and everything with AI.
all right, hold on. So
Not the chat on Zoom, but the chat on your phone, the thread we on.
oh, okay. You said the chat on our phone.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, I didn't get a chat. Man, I got off from work, went straight into the meeting, and then
How was the meeting before I get off? How was the meeting?
oh, it was good. It was good. Like, um, yeah. I'm not gonna say the name, but this person She remind me of Eula Reese. Like she got her own
No way.
huh?
I said
She's
no.
here. No, she's not. It's only one me.
There's
But she
nobody.
got her own footwear shoe company. You know what I'm saying? And so just, chopping it up with her and
She have
like
extended shoe sizes.
extended shoes. I mean, I don't know. I ain't really get into. I'm quite sure she does.
Problem if she does not.
Huh?
I said she's part of the problem if she does not.
You gotta ask. We gotta start doing it ourselves too, dog. You gotta ask that question. Just segue the fact that you know somebody has tall girls, and then it's like a line. We
Yeah.
have to do with the fact that you have art. You know what I mean? Like we gotta. You know what I mean? I guess figure out how to market others so we can market ourselves better. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Figuring out how if we can figure out how somebody, because it's always easier to figure out how to put somebody else on.
Yeah.
While you're doing it, you probably figure out how to put yourself on also. You know what I mean? Just a
Yeah.
practice. I think we could both, all three of us, can start doing it, whatever. You know.
Since the first chronic, been addicted to the chronic. Used to be sticks and seeds, now it's strictly hydroponic. If it's polo, I got it. Right after they design it, I'm iconic for spitting bars that's psychotic now. True story, LSD, we the prequel. We just getting started like preschool. Let me teach you, this is what we do.
Definitely.
The conversation led to an opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just, right now I'm in the midst of like just pitching. I mean, I'm quite sure she's gonna use she probably gonna use me to do like some ads for her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then she probably buy a painting from me too. So
Is it Erica Badu?
nah, she probably gonna do a portrait. Nah,
I'm trying to get Erica Badu one or Lauren Hill.
Erica Badu. I thought you said you said you like Sade.
I like Sade, Erica Badu, Lauren Hill.
Yeah, I'm working
You
on
done
Lauren
either one,
Hill.
nigga. My
I
bad.
already finished up the penciling for Lauren Hill, so I just
No
got it.
word.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
you
Okay.
should
finished
put
the
on
penciling on
auction.
that.
You probably gonna have some people.
Got a LeBron coming. We got my first vape. No, but
Okay.
the Allen Iverson look. Allen
Okay.
Iverson coming. Got finished the penciling on Allen Iverson and LeBron. So I got 3 new paints coming.
Okay.
All right. When I put this up, make sure
Mhm.
you go grab this clip right here and use that in the future, my nigga. Like this whole outline of what you about to start putting up. You got the pencil in this, that, and the third. That shit needs to fade in the back. That shit needs to fade into Allen Iverson pencil, dog.
Yeah.
Just saying. And if you don't do it,
Rockets got Kevin Durant.
oh word. I forgot you got like a little, yeah.
I cannot wait. Charlene is sad because I think Dylan, what's his name?
The
I
Brooks,
forget.
Jalen Green,
Yeah, they got
both of them
traded.
gone.
But give me him. I cannot wait to see.
What's your team, Larice?
I mean, right now I'm a quasi by association Rockets fan.
I feel like nobody really had no basketball team. Like everybody got like a football team,
I
but like
just
when you come to
like
basketball,
basketball.
nobody really like. I don't
Realistically,
even have one. I'm like, I was following like Philadelphia when Allen Iverson was there. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But I don't really have no team.
Nothing like the
You
Knicks.
got a team, Shmo? A basketball team?
No,
Nobody has a basketball team. Like everybody got a football team. Like
I don't know.
you
Nope.
can't go.
Look, nope, I ain't got no football team either.
Not no more.
What? What you mean? You got, oh.
No more.
Fuck them niggas, man. I gave them enough of my life, man. Fuck them niggas. But yeah, man.
Man, you can man. Then they'll be like Philadelphia. It'll be the year that they're not your team. They be done won a Super Bowl.
I'm good.
Huh?
We beat the
I
undefeated
doubt
team,
that.
dog. I'm good. He said,
He
well,
said, we done.
I highly doubt that.
He said, I
me
need
too,
to-
nigga. Stop.
Look, I won't think of that for Philadelphia, but they slipped one in. Slipped
But
two.
you always been a Cowboys fan, though.
I'm still a Cowboy fan. I'm just saying, like in our division, like I wasn't worried about none of y'all. I was just like,
Okay, see.
you know what I'm saying? I wasn't worried about Redskins. Like,
You
I
won't
mean,
worry
we
about
still
the two
trash
teams that
too.
did
I
way
mean, we
better than
trash
both of
too.
them.
I feel like, man, like, yeah, we slip in and because I ain't gonna say it, but we see when we get into the playoffs, we get knocked out. So that ain't really, huh?
Yeah, man.
We
Yo,
have
we'll talk about that.
Another good combo. And about to answer the phone real quick. You can see that?
Oh,
Yeah. So
who is that?
your
Huh?
mom, nigga. Nigga said,
Oh,
oh,
yeah, I
who is
couldn't
that,
see it.
nigga?
Oh, okay. All right. I gotta call Unlinda because it's her birthday.
Okay, it is. Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna holler at y'all though.
All right then.
All right.
All right.
Watch the commercial, Chauncey. Jesus.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
When it ain't no promo, stay Instagram and photos. Beer game, J West, nigga, I am the logo.